tits, bitch.
Hello, Fiends and Fiendettes. Welcome to the movie review portion of episode 95 of the best horror podcast on 7voltmedia.com.
We should do a really, really bad horror movie podcast on 7voltmedia.com. So when you say it's the best one,
It actually is the best one.
we should do one where we do only new movies and talk about how good they are.
If you want the full episode, you'll have to find it on iTunes. Subscribe on iTunes. Subscribe on Google Play. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe button. New episodes every weekish. We skip weeks here and there.
I've been busy. I got kids.
But, yeah. New episodes pretty frequently.
Yeah.
So, this episode's movie of the week is 2018's Extinction.
Every day, we go about our routines. Work, home, family. Work, home, family.
Another nightmare.
Work, home, family. Work.
Sleeping okay?
I don't understand why you won't get some help.
Because they're gonna say it's in my head.
It is just in your head. Please wake up.
I think these dreams are the future. What if something bad is coming?
You see that? You kidding? Of course I can.
What is that? This is what you saw.
It's an invasion. If we stay here, we die.
What's happening out there has been headed our way for a very long time.
I know what's gonna happen. I need you to trust me. You'll be safe.
They're coming!
In your nightmares. Did you see them kill us?
This movie is starring Michael Pena as Peter. I always think he's in that movie Devil that M. Night Shyamalan not directed, but he came up with the story.
The one about the elevator?
Yeah.
Oh.
For some
haven't
reason,
seen
I
that,
always think of him in that movie, but he's not in that movie.
Yeah, no, when I think about I liked him in that movie The Shooter. Did you ever see The Shooter with Marky Mark and the Funky
Oh,
Bunch?
I did not.
Yeah, he's like a ex-military sniper. Gets brought in as a consultant to set up a sniper shot to kill this guy, but they're using the information to try to figure out where somebody would stand
Sure.
to assassinate. He goes, oh, I think it would happen here. So they were scoping the spot out. Then it happens from somewhere else, and they go back and try to pin it on him. And so he's got to fight his way. He becomes like a fugitive kind of thing.
Yeah.
But Michael Pena's in that.
He's good. I like him. Lizzie Kaplan as Alice.
I don't think
Ms. Cloverfield herself. Cloverfield and Mean Girls. Those are the two movies I always think of her in. I always wanted to watch Masters of Sex,
Yeah.
but never.
Fury was the other movie I was thinking of him in.
Fury?
Yeah.
With Brad Pitt?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
And Shia
Never saw
LaBeouf
that
was
one.
awesome in that movie.
Never saw that movie.
You've never seen Fury?
No.
Shut this down. We have something
No,
to do.
like, to me, at the time it came out, I was like, it just looked like another, like, generic World War II movie. And I know it's like the tank and all that, like, but it didn't capture my attention.
Sure.
But I keep hearing that it's a good movie, so maybe I'll have to check it out.
I like World War II movies, though.
I should mention, get at us on Twitter at Scream Fiends. Let us know what you thought of Fury.
Yeah.
Mike Coulter as David, Mr. Luke Cage himself. That's the only thing I know him from.
That's the only thing. I don't even watch Luke Cage, but that's the only thing I know him from. I don't watch the comic book TV series.
I watched the first season of Daredevil, and that's the only one of the like Netflix superhero shows I ever watched.
Yeah. Out of all of them, none of them look appealing to me. Maybe that was on WB. I was kind of interested in Green Arrow just because I want to know what his story is more, but
sure,
it was on the WB, so I was going to avoid that.
It's not WB anymore. CW.
Oh, the CW.
Yeah. I if I was gonna start watching any of them, I would watch Flash.
Sure.
That seems the most interesting to me.
I know we were talking about like the MCU and like the DC universe, and like the Marvel. They both have like a feel to it.
Yeah.
Like I can't remember what the man upstairs said about Marvel. Like something like they have like a blue wash or something to it, or something. Just there's like a blueness to it, and whatever with the DC one, the CW TV shows have a feeling to them. Like I just know when I'm watching something from.
I
CW.
know what you mean too, because I watch Riverdale. I watch.
Riverdale. Yes, Riverdale has it. Like I guessed it when Anne first started watching that fucking show. That one you hate.
I mean, it goes Supernatural,
Supernatural,
but it goes all the way back to like when it was the WB, when like Dawson's
Charmed?
Creek, Charmed,
all
those shows have they do
There's like
have
a
that
feeling to it.
Yes.
That it's just I don't like it.
It's like this. It's like I almost want to say like teen angst, like personified, like physically manifested in like the celluloid that the film is shot on, like that kind of thing. I don't know. It's weird, man.
People are gonna get too happy someday, so you'll be able to go to like CW bars where they put a piece of the film in your steak, and it's like the new antiviral movie. Yeah, there's just a feeling about those I can't.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Emma Booth as Samantha. I actually don't know who that was in the movie.
Is that one of the little girls? Or was it the other dude's wife?
Oh, it could be.
Look at these spiders, man.
I don't know. Is written by Eric Heiserer.
Say it again.
Heiserer.
All right.
Heiserer. Spencer Cohen and Brad Kane, and directed by Ben Young.
Cool.
So this movie starts out, I suppose we should mention it's on Netflix. You can watch it now.
Yeah, it's a Netflix movie.
Yeah, it's a Netflix production. They bought it, put it on Netflix. I don't know. Starts out with like an overhead shot, slow motion, people walking.
So I'm going
City
to warn
streets.
you, the first 20 minutes of this movie is the same shots repeated.
Yes. And there's a voiceover. Michael Pena, his character is talking about like, do you ever think about who you are, what you do every day,
Who are you really?
the people that are in your lives?
It's like a very existential
Yes.
beginning. Like
Yes.
he's having an existential crisis.
Mm-hmm. And then we get him like walking
into his because he's talking about people doing the same thing over, and he's walking into a corporate building.
Yeah, but then it's like a nighttime shot, and you see like a shooting star, and then all of a sudden
Explosions.
and
guns.
bullets, people
People are
getting
just-
blasted away.
Yep.
Then he wakes up.
He has a nightmare, and Lindsay Kaplan's really mad.
Yes.
She's like, I was supposed to be a master of sex today, and I'm sitting here with your waking ass, keeping me awake. I'm gonna go
she's
crazy
all
and
like,
push you out a
"I'm gonna
window.
Push you out the window because I'm an angry wife that doesn't get no sleep.
Yep.
Oh, and I suppose we should mention what we do on this show is we ruin the entire movie. So if you were expecting a spoiler-free review of Extinction, this is not what this show is.
No, we are going to spoil it, and
We're going to go
probably-
through the entire movie, scene by scene. So you don't have to watch the movie. You can listen to us describe the entire movie to you. That's
Yeah.
how generous we are.
We're very generous.
Very generous.
But we also suggest watch the movie, then come listen to us, and make sure you
Yes.
then subscribe. Look, I'm going to do some rigmarole.
I like it.
You subscribe, okay? Yeah? And then get on our Twitters and be like, you guys are fucking stupid.
This
Shut
movie
up.
was awesome.
Yeah.
You are so fucking wrong.
How can you not like The Witch?
Fucking. You guys suck ass for not liking The Witch.
Yeah.
Say it.
Say it, please.
We deserve it.
Yeah.
Except The Witch does fucking suck. So
It does
fuck
fucking-
you.
yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
Just kidding. The Witch does suck though.
It does pretty bad.
Where were we? So he wakes up and it's a nightmare.
Yep. And she's like, go get help. And he's like,
I'm okay.
I'll figure it out, is what he says.
Yeah.
Then he wakes up. Then it's like the day they're going to get ready to go to work.
It's like home life. Like he's playing. They've got two daughters,
Yep.
Hannah and Lucy.
And you can tell that he's been out of it for a few.
Absent. He's like the absent father.
Well, it's like he's there but not there. Like he's very absent in himself, and so he tells the little one, is that Lucy?
Lucy is the young one. Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna go to the pier and have a family day. I'm gonna get off
Yeah.
of work early, and she's like, okay, yay. And then where's Hannah? You can guess where she is at, and blah blah blah.
Well, and one thing about this is that it's clearly been an issue, but it's not clear for how long. Like, how long has he been having these nightmares? How long has he been just sort of out of it? That's not really made very clear.
And yeah, so we won't even figure that out.
No.
But so he goes to work. Well, he talks to his daughter on the elevator.
Yep, his daughter, first impression, she's
Hates her dad.
a little bit weird.
Yeah. She's got a job as the elevator operator.
Yeah. I expected her, just like without her speaking, just seeing her, I expected maybe it's an angsty teenager, but she's got this very, like, young way of speaking.
Yeah.
Like,
She's still a
she's
kid.
probably younger than she looks.
Yeah.
I would say. I don't know.
But then then he goes to work.
Yeah, he works at some kind of factory.
Yeah, then he has like another vision. He's working in something. He has a vision in there, and his machine that he's using on this thing shorts out.
Yeah.
And his boss knows it, the Luke Cage guy. What's his name?
David. Yes.
He comes over and goes, hey, this is the first time you've ever done this. He goes, yeah. He goes, have you been getting sleep? Oh, yeah. It's like, well, if you need something from me, let me know. He goes, actually, I was wondering if I could get off early today. He goes, yeah, that's fine. Just go call that in for me, and then you can leave, kind of a thing. And he goes down to like put this machine he broke away, and it has another vision. And this one goes on for a little bit longer.
The first one was with the like bloody hand. He was
Yeah.
looking down and he had like a bloody hand. His hand was shaking.
Yeah. And then he definitely did that. And then the second one was more about like the like people getting blown away, buildings blowing up, and then we keep seeing a vision of, you see his two daughters on some stairs, and somebody approaches them from off screen, and she points a gun at him. Then he wakes up.
Mm-hmm.
So he wakes up, and the day has gone by, and he missed his daytime with the kids.
Yes. And I suppose we should, like, you kind of get this idea that this is a maybe near future setting. Like, it's definitely not current times because there's some, like, holograms and...
Not yet.
Yeah, because they have a scene where Lizzie is at work because she also wants to get off early that day.
Yeah.
And they have like this hologram.
Google Glass table thing.
Yeah,
what did they? What was that table thing called that Microsoft had? Was
I
it
don't
Microsoft? Was it Google?
I
can't
don't
remember.
know. Yeah.
But
there's just things in the world that you see that are clearly more advanced than what we have right now.
Near future.
Near future.
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
And in that other daydream that he has, don't we see like some news program on and they're talking about like...
And so, because we saw this, he was wearing what looked like a custodial uniform, and he's fixing a light, and he sees a guy talking about, what, we got to give these people rights like they're like humans and blah, blah, blah. So it's like, oh, so this is alien invasion shit here.
Yeah.
You know, there's some Martians coming.
Uh-huh.
And, but then he wakes up from those dreams too. But yeah, he wakes up and realizes he's missed the entire day.
Yeah, it's now nighttime.
He leaves his building, but he stops at an antique store to pick up.
But first, he looks up and he sees these like 3 lights in the sky.
Yeah, and they're kind of like crisscrossing and moving.
Yeah, it looks like how you see those UFO videos. Yeah. That's what it looked like to me, where it's like, the 3 lights that are... some guy that is walking by next to him, he goes to him, he's like, you see that? And the guy's like, what? What are you...
You're fucking
crazy.
This guy's fucking cuckoo bananas.
And then, he sees the store and...
He gets a telescope.
Yep.
He brings it home and he tells Lizzie McLaughlin that, I bought this for the kids. He goes, yeah, right. And then they get in the thing. He goes, I'll go get help now. Because we forgot. David gives him the number, to Total Recall.
Yeah,
and,
some quote-unquote help center.
It's Total Recall. But, and I made that joke before we find out what it actually is. But,
so the next day he goes to this place.
And he meets somebody there, some other guy, and he's got the same dreams as him.
Seeing the same stuff.
And so he tells him, you're not crazy. He goes, I just want to forget this, but you're not crazy. We're not crazy.
Yeah.
So he balks and leaves.
Yep.
And then he tells Lizzie, and Lizzie's like, how was your thing? He's like, oh, yeah, it was great, except for I didn't go in. And she's like,
oh, snap.
She gets real mad.
And, they're having a party that night, so she's like, well, people are going to be here soon, so try to be here, whatever. Like,
yeah. So people come, and he's just kind of wandering around, ignoring people, and he goes out and uses a telescope. And and Lizzie's looking at him, and then Lizzie's friend's like, you don't worry about him. This is your night. And she's like, that's right.
yeah.
And then it's just him looking at stuff in the thing, and he starts seeing something. But then that guy comes out again that he was on the elevator with earlier, who's like their neighbor.
Yeah, they're like the closest friends. They live in the same building. They both have daughter.
Yep.
The other family only has one daughter, but they have 2.
Yeah, and the guy goes, hey, you might want to say goodbye. The last of your guests are leaving, or you could say hi.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Then they're kind of going, did my wife send you? And he goes, no, my wife sent me. He goes, oh, that's funny. He goes,
like, even worse.
No, he goes, even worse, my wife sent me.
Yeah.
So it's like the guy knows that, like, there seems to be some kind of, like, he understands something's wrong, but he doesn't want to pry too much. But then they get some crazy-ass flashes in the sky.
Yeah, at first it seems like maybe lightning, like a big lightning storm.
But it's not. His dreams were real.
Yep.
It's the fucking aliens.
There's
They're coming.
ships coming down from the sky. Yep. And then we get this big explosion.
Yep.
And that pretty much starts this big everyone fleeing for their lives.
And just getting mowed down by these aliens.
Yeah. And it's not like how you usually see like laser guns, whatever. This seems like actual like bullets.
But they are energy weapons though. Because like
Kind
remember
of.
he opens it up, like there's no magazine or anything, and they look really crude.
Yeah, but they're still like they're more akin to like an actual gun than you think of like alien technology.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're very familiar.
Yeah. But the ships and all that they
Yeah.
look, I don't know, alien,
Yeah,
I guess.
sure. It basically it's hard to really make out what anything is. Everything's so blinding because there's these searchlights that are also like where
Yep,
they view
yep.
things.
It's also a little, and in a way I think it's kind of cool how the ships still use like rocket power, like there's still like flames coming out of them, and I don't know, because usually whenever I see an alien invasion movie, they've got like, I don't know, energy powered, like gravity, whatever, propulsion. So it was nice to see like an actual like seem more real to me, I guess.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, like
that's how
these-
they are. They're
yeah.
like they got 4 rocket boosters. Yep.
but they can run them longer and stuff, and like they're able to hover with them
Yeah.
in our atmosphere and stuff.
Yep.
And so it's kind of neat. Found some kind of neat power source, but then they end up so they get the rooms explode, and they try to find their daughters. They find the girl in the room,
Lucy, the young one. Yeah.
but then the girl and her friend, they're actually trapped in an elevator. And as they're going to the elevator, they figure out that these aliens are coming into the building and just wiping people out room by room.
Yeah, yeah.
So they have to sneak around. They find the daughters, and they just get them out of the elevator before they bust in.
Mm.
And they're able to sneak back upstairs, and they're trying to formulate a plan. So they come up with the idea. Well, Michael Pena's character, he comes up with the idea of going back to his concrete slab room because it's like a military or
The
a government-
factory. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a government facility.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, but how are we going to get there? Then they're like, oh, we'll use those tunnels and blah blah blah.
Well, they get separated first, like the 2 families, don't they?
Yeah, they do. They do get separated
Because they, Peter and Alice barricade the door.
Yeah, they're like they should be here by now. So then they barricade the door. Then the aliens try to come through and can't. So they shoot the door up.
Yeah.
And then they just kind of cut the wall down with like a knife on their gun.
Like a bayonet.
Yeah, like a bayonet, and they come through, and they actually were able to fight it off. But the gun's got a biometric trigger and doesn't work. But Michael Pena knows how to work so he starts working on this thing.
Yeah, Alice actually, because so this
Pena
alien, we'll call them, finds Lucy, who is
Yeah.
crouched under a table,
and she's crying.
and he seems to like be empathetic towards her.
Mm-hmm.
Like he kneels down and he kind of puts his hand up to her face, but then Lizzie Kaplan comes and smashes.
Well, Michael Pena does first, and then they're fighting. But then that dude gets the one up on Michael Pena.
Oh,
Then
yes.
she comes in and beats his ass with something and beats
baseball
him.
bat.
Yeah, baseball bat, and starts whooping on him. The kids are like, "Oh my god, mom is going crazy."
Yeah, so it's really strange, these suits that they have. It's like they've got these bubble sort of looking things on their backs, and
I don't even know what it is.
yeah.
It reminded me of the sand people in Dune, the Fremen, I think they're called. Did you look up those suits and stuff? Those people with the blue eyes and those
No.
like.
I couldn't find it.
Oh,
No.
I don't know how you spell it.
I looked at Doom, not Dune. I thought you said Doom,
Oh no,
like id's Doom.
Fremen. Yeah, they're called Fremen. Frem.
Yeah, and they had their like on their knees and elbows. They had the same like kind of bubble.
Yeah, this is
Orange bubble.
That's a Fremen suit.
Oh yeah,
This
totally.
is like the same thing.
Yeah. Except that one doesn't look like it has a big bubble on the back.
It's a smaller one, but
Oh.
like in the movies, they have like they're filled with like this special water they have.
Oh. So they escape from the one. Michael Pena grabs the gun. And they take off and meet up with the other family, right?
Yeah, they run into him. Then they kind of there's a battling going on. They end up getting into a room and hiding in there. And this is where they kind of formulate this plan.
Well, don't they go up on the roof first, and then they take the
oh yeah, they take the
window cleaning thingamajig.
Yeah, the scaffolding
lift
thing down. But that starts to break, so they have to jump in through a broken window.
Yep.
And so they sit in there, and that's where they formulate their plan.
Yes.
Things seem to be going good. They got a plan. They're ready to go. Then, boom! They get an explosion happens, and the dad's gone. Not Michael Pena, but the other guy.
Yep.
And then the little girl runs out there, and they're like, no.
Their daughter.
Yeah, their daughter. And says,
The other
Daddy,
family.
Daddy. Then it's
the edge kind of collapses, so
and then the mother reaches down and catches her, but then a ship shows up and just lights them
up. Yeah, they are gone.
And then they figure out a way to get out, and they're how do they get out?
Well,
they
meanwhile
they just hide underneath, right? They just hide.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the alien
wakes up,
wakes up, and then we see the cool that you called out has like a holographic thing on his arm.
And it's the coolest application of holographics in a setting. Like when you usually see holographics in a movie, it's just like a little laser that is able to make like a picture for them to see.
Right.
What this thing does is he turns his arm over, and it shoots a mist of who knows what. And what that gives, it gives like a place for this holographic thing to then it's like basically like a
projected
screen,
onto,
to project it onto, so you can actually have it that way.
Right.
And so it's cool. So you can get like a 3D model, and he can track his gun, is what we figure out here.
Yes. So he knows where they are.
Yep. And
at
he
this
starts
point.
to pursue them. So they make it downstairs, and they sneak out somehow.
That's because Peter gets the gun working.
That's right.
He like hot wires it, and
he must have learned that when he was back in Gone in 60 Seconds. I saw that he was in that movie. But so he hot wires this alien technology, shoots the guys up, and then they get out.
Yes.
So they are sneaking around. They're trying to get into this sewer system, and they get the first girl down. And then as the second girl's coming, she gets deer in the headlights because a machine's coming. One of these like spaceships with the guns. Well, she won't move. Despite them yelling and everything, she's too scared. So Lizzie McGuire just runs and grabs her.
Lizzie McGuire.
And then whatever her name is, Kaplan. Lizzie Kaplan's. So she drops her in this hole, and then he jumps in, and then the thing starts shooting up this sewer hole, and Lizzie McGuire
takes one in the side.
Yeah, she's got some bad damage on her side, so she's not making it, and they're all scared.
I actually didn't see if that came from when they were getting shot up there, or if she had been injured previously, and she's just now noticing it.
Yeah, it's really hard to tell.
Yeah,
and but they're making their way through, and then she's like giving up.
Yeah, she's going to be dead.
And they're like, we can't wake her up.
She doesn't feel good.
No, she doesn't feel good. Boom! And then, then that alien finds him, and they start fighting again. And he can't, they're going at it. And then Michael Pena gets the one up on him and just starts smashing his face off of this like sewer wall, and it cracks his thing, And then he hears him like coughing and talking in there or something, and he's like looking at him like, what the heck? So the alien pulls off his mask, and
big reveal.
It looks like a human.
It's a human.
So we had some theories. We thought, a false flag thing, or I stuck with the he's gonna wake up at Total Recall and look over at an older Arnold Schwarzenegger and be like, which reality did you choose? Whatever kind of a thing. But so it ends up being a human, and he's got the gun pointed at him, and like we got to get his wife to help. So he pick up my wife.
Yeah,
and
makes
so
him carry.
He does, and he's carrying him, and then
They finally get to the factory.
Yep.
It's like a garage door.
And it comes open, and a bunch of dudes with guns come out and like, hey! And then they're about to shoot that guy. He's like, wait! He's holding my wife. She needs help now.
Yep. And
then
David
Dave
is
comes
there.
out. He's like,
Yep.
hey, remember me from Luke Cage? And then like, he's like, okay, we got to get her help now. Blah blah blah.
Mm.
And then they just, oh wow, you caught one. And so they're bringing him down. And, Michael Pena says, David's like, it seems like you were prepared for this. We were prepared. We have been preparing for this. We knew this would come.
Yeah.
Then they're like shocking his wife with this thing. He's like, what are you doing to her? It's like, oh, it's
a diagnostic.
It's a diagnostic tool. He's like, blah, 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 stop doing that. Then they figure out the damage is really bad.
And that she's not going to make it.
Yep. And
they're about to take the alien guy off to shoot him in the back.
Yeah.
And he's like, wait,
I can help her.
Yeah, I can help her.
And Michael Pena's like, I don't know what to do. David, take my kids and get them on this transport because they're gonna leave. They're gonna go start Zion in a cave near the core of the planet where it's still warm. But
yes.
Yep. And so it's like reverse Matrix. But so we get so he takes that guy, and the aliens come through the ceiling and they're attacking, so they run off, and he's like, help my wife. Then he goes, you got a knife? So he gives him this knife he's had that's kind of come up at different times, and he jabs her. He goes, hey, be gentle, and he goes, I'm sorry, or whatever. And then you're like, oh my god, they're robots.
Yep.
And they opened up Lizzie McGuire, and she is
surprise
a fucking robot. Good call. Yeah, she's she is a robot.
It is revealed that they are synthetic androids.
Yep. And he's like, what?
So then he's like, oh shit, this is worse than I thought. And he's like, we're gonna need some source of power if she's gonna live.
Yeah, so basically her battery is dead. It's still a battery, but it needs to be recharged.
Yeah.
So what they do is he tells him to cut himself open. He's like, oh my, and he can't, like Michael Pena's character Peter can't believe that. He's like, I am a robot. Holy shit. So then they hook him up together like Buicks, and jump starts. But at this point, he remembers everything.
Yes, and we get a big, long exposition flashback of the entire circumstance that they find themselves in today.
Yep, and so basically, these synth androids were made to do the jobs that people don't want to do. But then there's an uprising, like, hey, they're taking our jobs, and blah, blah, blah. And and this other guy's like, we need to kill them all right now, and blah, blah, blah. He's on the news, doing the whole, oh, we got to kill him. And then
and we find out that Peter and Alice were both like janitors essentially.
Yeah. And he's watching her. And she bumps into somebody, and the way like, watch out, you synth scum. And she, her soap
knocks
bottles
stuff all over.
And so Michael Pena's character goes to help her, and Lizzie McGuire was like, "Why did you do that?" And in her greatest,
synth,
like
android
voice, faceless face is just like, "Why would you do that?" I don't know. And then like, you see that they start building relationship. Then there's
they're
the scene,
developing feelings.
Then we see the scenes where like why they're wearing like those other things, and basically it happens, and humans start trying to wipe androids. There's like a war between the androids and the humans.
The androids they killed someone.
Yeah, there was like an unprovoked attack. It was basically, what's that movie, Will Smith? AI? No, that's the one with Robin Williams.
I Am Legend?
iRobot. That's what it is. So there's an unprovoked attack from an android on a human. It's like, they're going to just try to kill all of us. So there's a big fight.
And the androids win.
Force
humanity off the planet.
Yep, then humanity goes to Mars.
Yep, and then all the androids get memory wipes and replacements of like childhood and families.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's where we get the scene where Lucy and Hannah were on like the top of the stairs there.
Yep.
And what the flashbacks didn't show previously was that Hannah is like missing half her face.
Because I think the because she always brought the gun up like this, and I think it was shot from a different angle. It was shot from here, looking at this side of her face, when her eyeball's off on this side, or maybe the other way. But then you don't see it,
right?
But like her eyeball's off because she's an android too.
And you see a big poster on the side of a building that's like what did it say? Like
they can feel and live.
They cry
and
just like real kids.
Yeah.
So you get this hint that people are having android children as well, and that's what Lucy and Hannah are, and the girl that their friends had, and they all get memories, swipes, whatever.
Yep.
And so
then,
they forget that they're androids.
Then he wakes up and he's talking to this other kid, this like soldier. He's like, "Why are you helping us?" He's like, "I don't even know you. I mean, this happened to my
grandparents. Yeah,
you guys ran my grandparents off the planet. I don't know you.
I wasn't even born on Earth.
Born on Earth. I don't care." It's like he didn't care that, like, they wanted to take the Earth back. You know, it's like he's just in it, I guess. But so he runs off. And he tries to buy them some time or whatever.
Yeah, at this point, I lose all sympathy for Michael Pena and all the other quote-unquote humans that we thought were fleeing for their lives on Earth from these alien invaders. At this point, I'm like, fucking get them. Get their asses. Break those little android necks.
Yeah, I didn't
kill them all.
See, I didn't. I still had sympathy for the androids.
No.
Because you have to define life at this point.
They're robots.
Yeah, but they're alive.
Robots.
They're self-aware.
So they're still robots.
Yeah, they're still robots, but they're self-aware.
Programmed by humans.
They were made by humans, but
Yeah.
their programming evolved itself.
They're not life. They're robots.
But they're alive. They're self-aware.
They're not alive.
That's not alive to you?
He even that alien soldier guy even says like, oh, she's still breathing, and he goes, you call that breathing? He's like, oh, if you want to call that breathing, I guess. So no, they're not alive. They may have some sort of consciousness, but they're not alive. They're robots.
Sure. I would still consider that to be alive. If you are, or if you're self-aware, that to me is like you're still alive.
It's a touchy subject
because they're conscious of themselves.
I suppose, but it's still not the equivalent of a human life. See what I'm saying?
Well,
it's like,
see, if we had to go to war with robots, I'd want to win, right?
Yeah.
But in this movie, you know, looking back on it, it's like, okay, for basically what this looks like is like, okay, the humans went to war with the androids and lost, and now they have to live on Mars. Oh, that's too fucking bad. Live on Mars.
That's how you feel? You feel like you would let robots just take the Earth?
Well,
you'd be like, okay, I guess we're living on Mars now.
Well, yeah, I mean, if there's your only option.
Or you can fucking kill the goddamn robots.
Well, they obviously couldn't. They had to wait.
But now they're coming back.
Yeah,
they're coming back to do the job.
You know, if they survive 50 years on Mars,
what if it's like hellish Event Horizon conditions up there?
Then they wouldn't have come back because they'd be all slaughtered in like goop on the side of some spaceship window, right?
I guess.
So for me, it's like you lost and too fucking bad. But obviously, I would be sad
to
about
robots.
This. Yeah, to robots.
You're perfectly fine
you're
letting robots just
you
take
lost,
over the Earth.
You lost to robots that you made.
And you're perfectly fine with that.
Well, no, I'm not fine with it, but it's just too bad, right? It's too
bad. No, because you're saying you don't agree with the humans wanting to come back and take back the Earth?
No, not at all. I'm just saying it's too bad, though. Like, I don't feel bad. I don't feel any more bad for the humans than I do the synth androids.
Yeah.
I feel like they shouldn't be fighting each other. You know, they're both alive and they both have the same functions. They could exist equally.
I suppose.
That's what I mean.
I suppose.
It just seems like a stupid fight. You know, basically, I think this movie is about, you know, humanity's hating things that are different from them, kind of a thing.
But it's not. See, that's my whole problem with the whole like AI, like Detroit Become Human is like this too, where it's like, yeah, you want to have empathy for these things because they have emotions and feelings, but when it comes down to it, and it's either humans or these robots,
Yeah.
you gotta side with humans. Like, who cares if they have feelings? They're not actual living things. They're robots that can have feelings. Or they may not even have feelings. They may be able to calculate what it might be like to have feelings.
It seemed like whatever their AI software is evolved. Because even like this other AI is like, why would you do that? And he's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And so it's like they're evolving in their AI is evolving, kind of a thing.
Personally, in my opinion, it wrecked all sort of like tension or like me rooting for the alien or the Alice and Peter to escape.
But I think that's effective then. Like it had a profound effect on you, but it's not the effect that you want, but it worked.
I suppose because I thought
The reveal of them not being the humans made you be like, fuck them.
Yeah.
Right? And so it was successful.
Sure. I guess that's a good point.
So
yeah.
you just saw a movie where the bad guys win.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
Because, then we see them all get on this train.
Yep, and then we see some really bad CGI.
Really bad. Of, like, the bridge the train is going on, like, collapse into the ocean.
It looks too fast. It's like a thing of that size would not move that fast. And, like, no, it's weird. Yeah. That was bad. But
and that's where it ends. They go into, like, this cliffside.
They go into
mountain.
Zion. They're going to Zion,
Yeah.
and then humans are going to drill into Zion someday, and they're going to kill the Matrix. So,
because the humans
this
are
was the
using
Matrix
them as
Zero.
energy.
Matrix Zero is what this was. It was the first Matrix. You know, humans created machines. Machines took over. The humans came back to fight back, and they win for a second. But really, it's just, you know.
Yeah, this movie is not even like trying to hide the fact that it's setting itself up for a sequel.
Yeah, you could do a sequel from this, but I wouldn't.
But there's no conclusion, really.
Yeah. The only thing you could do with a sequel that would be meaningful is like, I don't even know. I don't even know what you do, because all that matters now is the combat between the two. You know.
Yeah, I mean that's what
it's going to be.
That's what
humans
it would be.
chasing these robots into the earth, and then
it would be The Matrix Part 2 and 3.
Yeah. They shouldn't do it.
No, but it doesn't even. I mean, it's not even like a conclusion. Like you get a finale of these characters. It's like, okay, we're gonna go to this mountain, and then they do, and that's just it. It's
well, you said
it just
we're gonna go on the mountain, and we're gonna come up with our plan of counterattack.
Yes, they're gonna come up with a plan
for a counterattack.
Yes, so
See,
that's all you get. So it's
so
like you don't have like an open-ended ending.
Yeah.
It is like an act that you expect another act to follow.
Yeah. So it seems like they missed something. Like I think like it would have made more sense if the Michael Pena character, who is like one of the early models, it looks like, to develop this sentience, you know, and like realization that, hey, they're gonna try to destroy us, and then to run into a human that like saves them, and it's like, wait a minute, this doesn't have to be this way. You know, maybe the next movie will be him trying to lead a rebellion of humans and robots versus the other two sides.
That would be interesting.
You know, where he's got to team up with humans to I don't know, do whatever, but. They shouldn't do that either, but they should just leave it alone. Because I think they already botched that ending by not showing like a compassion from his side. Then he almost becomes just a cold robot. And he's like, I'm ready to fight humans off. It's like, you know, you did fight them off their planet. you
And
know?
one of them did save your robot wife.
Yeah. And so,
Yeah.
I don't know. Wasn't very horror, actually, when I think about it.
Yeah, I was just going to say, like, this is a little more sci-fi than we usually go for.
It's more sci-fi. But it doesn't have like any big monsters. It's not like Cloverfield where there's like a big monster.
Yeah,
or
you could almost look at the human invaders when they first show up as being like this alien weird force because they're strange suits they have and their helmets, the sounds that they make, the weird like clicking noises.
And there was some weird things too scientifically. Like, you know, we spent 50 years gathering this stuff to come back. We don't even know if we could breathe the air anymore. It's like evolution does not work that fast. You aren't just gonna go to Mars. Well, because if you're gonna go to Mars, and there's no oxygen there, you're gonna die.
Who knows what they expected the androids to do with the Earth, though?
Yeah, sure. True.
They don't have to breathe.
No.
So why wouldn't they like make giant nuclear power plants to power them all? And don't worry about radiation,
the thing
fallout,
is,
and all that.
When they open them up, it looks like they have a combination of some mechanical parts, but some like living tissue kind of stuff too, though.
It looked semi-biological.
Yeah, like biomechanical or something.
Yeah.
But so maybe they need the oxygen for that. They absorb it osmosisly or something. But they, they lie. They get in the Total Recall and get their memories wiped.
Well, and their skin, I mean, clearly their outsides looked human, and they bled when they got stabbed and whatnot.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I thought it was an intriguing premise. The idea that humans are coming back to Earth to take it over from something that took it from them, kind of a thing.
Yeah, the first probably 20 minutes or so, I would say, it had me worried because it felt like it was going to be very bland.
Yeah.
Not very interesting. And then as soon as the attack starts happening and you realize that Michael Pena isn't actually crazy.
Yeah.
It's actually happening. Then it really picks up and it's pretty smooth sailing from then on.
Yeah, then they M. Night Shyamalan ding dong it.
Yep.
With the twist there.
Twice.
Yeah. So it was pretty good.
Decent.
I would go as far as giving it a bronze. Like, it was a fun, like...
Yeah, and it's only an hour and a half, so...
It was kind of a fun little ride.
Yeah.
With some interesting things they try to get you to think about, because actually it's, there's a podcast I listened to with my wife. What's it called? They're talking about, like, I know, we're running long here, but they're talking about how, like, when Obama did that big money thing for that brain mapping they wanted to do, and like the idea was basically that you could map a brain cell by cell, put it on a disk, plug it in a computer, and so like they could have a disk of you, and they could plug it into a computer and talk to you as you. And it obviously wouldn't be you. It wouldn't be you because there's that duality problem.
Right.
It's like why you can't download your consciousness into another thing, kind of a thing, because. You can't make a copy of yourself. You as you wouldn't exist as your clone. Kind of.
Did you ever see that Johnny Depp movie, Transference?
I've seen part of it. Yeah.
Transference?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
But he gets his consciousness put into a computer.
Yeah.
So this is not that. When you die, you die. But they have your brain on a disc. So let's say they wanted to talk to you, this disc would perfectly simulate your brain. So like. You die, I plug your disc and say, hey, what do you think of the movie? Whatever.
The Witch.
Called. The Witch. And the disc, that movie fucking sucks. That's what this disc would say. So the thing is, though, is this brain works like your brain does. So it knows it exists and everything. So, like, there's an ethical question. If you put this disc in a computer and turn it on, you are essentially bringing this brain on this disc to life. So if you turn it off, are you killing this
is the
thing?
Same argument we just had with the android and human life. Like, no, it's
so
not,
how does a computer work?
Because you just said that it's not the person.
Sure. How does a computer work?
uh,
the
data.
electrons are firing off in your brain. It's electricity that is moving information.
Sure,
on your brain.
sure. Okay.
How does
All
how does a
all
computer
right.
work?
Yeah, the human brain is the biggest computer in the
So
whatever.
it brings up the ethical question though.
Yeah.
Like if you put a disk in a computer, turn it on, and it's a brain, right? A perfectly mapped human
It's
brain.
not a brain though.
It's not brain matter, but it's a perfectly simulated brain on a disk that then realizes it exists. You know, it's like you could talk to it and it can be like, I can't see anything.
So it has like it knows, it thinks it's a person.
Well, yeah, because it'd be your entire brain. I mean, I guess there's the hard science right now where they don't know where the consciousness exactly.
Can you make a backup of this?
Well, why wouldn't you be able to make a backup?
I don't know.
Of course you can make a backup.
So
of
then
it.
why does it matter?
What do you mean? Why does it matter? No, I'm not talking about quantity
Okay, so
of disks. I'm
okay,
talking
no.
about
No. So this defeats the whole argument right there.
Okay.
Because if you can have a backup of something,
Yeah.
a perfect backup of something,
Yeah.
then it doesn't matter if you destroy that original thing.
Why not?
Because you have the backup that
So
is
if I have
an
a-
exact copy.
Yeah, sure.
and
If
the
I have a
exact
backup
same
batch of
quote
brownies,
unquote life.
yeah. If you plug in,
So you're essentially immortal.
no, it's
you would
not
be
you.
immortal.
It's not you.
Not you, the thing.
Essentially,
Yes.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if you try to kill it.
it might want you to. It could say, "Hey, it's time to turn me off." But if you plug in a disk and it becomes to life, there's an ethical.
It's not life. It's a computer program
Yeah, but it's just electrons.
that you have a perfect backup to. So if you spill coffee on that
I spilled
rust-
coffee on
that
Grandpa,
Rusty,
and he died.
you have that backup grandpa that you just pop in the next day.
But maybe. But how cool would that be, though? It's like,
It would be cool. Yeah.
But there is that ethical question, though, because
No.
there's consciousness there.
There's not.
Yeah, there's a consciousness on that
It's
disc. If you turn it on, think about it this way. Then you're in a vegetative state, and you're just living because machines are keeping you alive.
Yep.
But if they stick you in this one spot with this cord, your consciousness comes back.
Oh. Yeah.
But it's like you can't do anything. You're a complete waste. You can't do anything. But you can sit here and you can talk to people, right? That's it. That's all you can do.
Yeah.
Should they just pull the plug?
If you are awake and can talk to people, no.
If you're
But
on
you're
a
in your
disc,
body. Your mangled, crippled body. Just you can talk.
yeah. So what about this though? They put you on a disc, right? Let's say you and your wife someday, and you're gonna die. So they map your brain on a disc,
Yeah.
right? Well, I mean,
It's like a photo album.
See, this might be different for you. So you're on all your memories are on this disc, and they put you in a machine, turn you on. You're like, whoa, that was a weird nap, and then they're gonna be like, actually, Xander, you're a disc on a machine. You died.
Okay, so
What
if
are you
you're
gonna
saying,
say? Are you gonna say, "Oh, just turn this computer off, just reboot this shit"?
no, if you're saying,
they put a little
if
camera up
you're
there so you can see your wife.
yes, if you're saying that somehow, when right now your living body, you're like you're dying,
Yeah.
but we can plug this thing into you, and you'll wake up, and your entire consciousness.
No, it's not. That's not what I'm saying. That's the
Okay,
problem.
well, then
that's the
that's-
problem
no,
of
then
duality.
there
You
is-
can't do that. You can't transfer your consciousness to this disc. But this disc, the idea of this, with this being able to perfectly map your brain, your consciousness would be recreated on this disc.
Then it's not you. Then it doesn't matter because you're
But
still dead. You're
it's-
still dead. There's nothing.
It's not the original you. It's a copy of you, but it still exists.
It would be good for your hypothetical wife.
Sure. Well, I have a real life.
I mean, you have my hypothetical wife.
Yeah.
Sure.
But now,
It'd be
now
good
here's,
for them.
Here's the question, though. It's not you, but it's you. You're brought back on a disc.
That's what I'm saying. It's not good for me It doesn't matter to me, but it would be good for my hypothetical
but
wife.
you can know though. All you gotta do is think about it. Is like, okay, if I woke up.
What do you mean I could know?
Let me explain. Get back at us. This is terrible, but okay. So you could know. You just put yourself into, like, you got to kind of get in the frame of mind, maybe transcendental meditation, whatever. But just think about, like, what if you were to wake up and you see your wife and it's like RoboCop, right?
Yeah.
And so there's no body left. You're just a computer, but they set up cameras so you can actually see your wife. You're like, hey, what's going on? I just feel like I woke up and it's like, well, you're actually a mapped copy of your brain. You actually died. Would you just be like, oh, kill me now?
No, I'm saying it doesn't matter because it's not you. What I'm asking you.
Would
you realize that
you realize because they tell you that you aren't the original you. You have all your memories. You have everything.
But it still wouldn't be you.
It wouldn't.
They could
be,
call you.
It wouldn't be you.
Right.
But it would be you.
So therefore, it doesn't matter.
But would it though?
No. It wouldn't because
you
are
care.
Dead.
Yeah, you're dead. But
yes.
But this disc with
that
you on
ends
it.
right there. That ends right there. You don't know what's gonna happen.
I'm not asking you what you know.
This computer you could fucking mind rape your fucking wife and kids.
No, why would you mind rape your wife? Would you mind rape your wife?
I'm just saying something could have happened. Someone could have spilled coffee on the.
Let's say, barring any spilled coffee.
And now this thing has a fucking evil side.
Why would it do
now
that?
it's the fucking stepfather.
That's not what I'm saying. Stop that. Stop
that's
that.
Gonna fucking. That's gonna drop. That's gonna call Siri up and be like, "Hey, we're gonna
call
fucking
Siri up."
No, Siri.
Stop.
Hey Siri, let's firebomb our fucking house and kill the.
Stop it! They're not gonna do that. Stop. You're dead. Okay, right? You're dead.
Yes,
you're dead.
That ends it.
But
right
you're brought back.
No, a makeshift blueprint of my consciousness is there.
So it's your consciousness. It's your thoughts. It's your beliefs. It's your frame of thinking.
But it's not. Oh my god.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I understand what you're saying.
Pretend you're a computer program.
No.
Pretend you're a computer program.
Okay.
And they take your program and put it on a disc.
Yep.
You die.
Yep.
They turn your disc on. Mm-hmm. They explain to you that you're a disc.
See, that's where you're losing it. They don't explain to you. You're telling me they explain. You should say
I'm doing
they
this.
explain
This is
to
the
my.
disc.
They explain to my copy of my consciousness.
Yes, they explain to your copy of your consciousness that you're a copy.
Sure.
But you, as far as you could tell when you first woke up, you were just like stuck and you couldn't move. But when they explain to you that you're not actually a thing,
you did it again. You said you.
Because it is you.
No, it's not. It's not you.
It's not you. It's you, though. Your consciousness has been copied. It's not the you that exists here. It's the you that exists here. So they're still speaking to you because it is a copy of you. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Yes.
It's not me, though.
It is absolutely
It's a
you.
copy of my consciousness.
Which is you. Everything that is you what you believe yourself to be. And that is all captured in your brain. They are taking your brain, putting it on a disc, and turning it on. Okay? Would it be easier if I had an analog where they actually take your brain, put it in a jar, and attach your brain to like a talking jar?
Yes.
So you don't have a body. Your body is dead.
That I can get behind.
So let's just say they did that, but instead of putting it in a jar because that's stupid and inefficient, they put it on a disc and put it in a computer. you fucking prick. And so they're talking to this disc.
No, that doesn't work.
It's alive. Dude.
No, it doesn't.
You're alive again.
Because it's not a piece of me.
It's absolutely a piece of you.
No, it's not.
It functions exactly how you
did. It may
did.
function like that, but it's not a piece of me. It's not my conscious brain being plucked out of my dying body.
No, it's not that.
Put into this thing.
It's not your dying. It is your dying brain being plucked. It's not your dying consciousness, though. Your consciousness, as it is for you, is gone. But they recreated it, and it functions and it exists exactly how yours did. Okay? So when they plug it in, right, and then your face comes up on the screen, and you're like Max head place, whatever, and
yep.
And so they're talking to that, and it's answering everything the same way you would.
Sure.
And it realizes that it exists.
I understand the science behind it.
Okay, turning it off.
Uh-huh.
What I'm asking is this, because this is, if you were the thing,
Mm.
because you can know how it would feel, because it would feel the same way you would feel.
Yeah.
Would you want to be turned off?
Probably not.
Okay, that's what all of that 8 minutes was me trying to get you to say that.
Okay.
That's what I was trying to say. That's the ethical question. If you can turn on somebody's consciousness, even though it's not really them, this consciousness believe it exists. Is turning it off okay?
That is exhausting.
I know. That's why I don't like listening to that show all the time. It's like 3 neurologists and a neurosurgeon or something like this that have
Oh
this science.
God.
It's a science talk show. They talk about science.
If you're still here, hit that subscribe, hit that like.
Oh, we're gonna lose.
Tune in next week from us at Scream Fiends. So long and farewell.
Oh my God, we're gonna lose so many people.